So on this channel, I have talked about Canadian accents a few times actually, but I just found this really great article on when I was browsing Facebook that talks about the most famous part of the most common Canadian accent, which is the one I have, which is the OU sound. So words like about, which there you go. So the thing is, we don't say a boot. It's even in the article says it's hard to describe and write out phonetically, and they even have linguistic talking about how it's described how it's used in the mouth and everything else to pronounce it and all this other crazy linguistic sciencey crap. Or I don't know if linguistics is a science, but anyways, but going into all the details of that. So I thought I would go into the thing of specifically talking about the strangeness that is the OU, because it, like other parts of accents, can be found in different places around the world, but our OU sound is only Canadian, interestingly enough, and they're not 100% sure how that came to be. So, and it's like the accents are extremely similar, like a Canadian and American accent, in terms of like, Americans have several different accents. I mean, like the most common American accent. They're fairly similar, and it's most notable, like the differences are only in the OU sound, the way we end a few like they talked about it a little bit in that article too, but like certain words that end in consonant sounds, the way it kind of roll the tongue on it a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, I totally fucking do that. That's something else I've noticed, and like they're talking about it too. And something else in previous videos talking about accents, someone even wrote in the comments saying that it sounds more like a boat, and they said like the closest you can get to writing it phonetically would be, sorry, I was reading on my phone, you wouldn't know that though, if just by looking at it. Anyways, would be by writing it a boat, but that's not quite correct. For example, a boat versus about. You see the difference there. But the thing is that it's actually not even the most noticeable for the word about. It's actually most noticeable, and most people notice it, because the thing is, not all Canadians have it. And where I'm from, Western Ottawa, I grew up in Western Ottawa, and Ottawa Valley super duper have it, except they have that stereotypical Canadian accent. And but I was kind of like in the suburb, just because Ottawa Valley, for those that don't know, is several rural towns and cities that are just west of Ottawa, that are technically part of Ottawa, but not really. Anyways, and then I basically was like just inside of Ottawa in a suburb. So, but there's a lot of people who like went to my high school that were coming from the Ottawa Valley, and a lot of my like sister's friends even, and just there's I picked up a little bit of the accent. So like people from like my friends who are really from like downtown or even like eastern Ottawa, they don't have the OU sound at all, and so they really notice it. Especially the word that it comes out the most is, I'm gonna say it with it, I have to think about it to say it with an American accent, is house. But like if I were just to be saying it in a sentence, like, oh yeah, I was over at my parents' house the other day, like it's really noticeable when I say house. So but about, it's not nearly as noticeable, especially like people, oh, say out and about, and it just, that sentence, it doesn't come out as much. It more has to be on its own for the pronunciation to come out. Also, the more I'm paying attention to how I'm pronouncing it, the less it actually comes out. So yeah, it's weird like that. I just did that little curl thing at the end of that, like that. I kind of overpronounced it that last time, but just trying to show you. That's another one of the weird Canadian accent things that I have. Also, the saying "a" at the end of everything, you may have noticed I don't. It's actually just like in a sort of agreeing thing, like, oh, that was a freaking awesome thing, eh? Or like, oh, I know, eh? Or whatever else like that. But yeah, but there are Canadians who say boot, but they say everything so fucking different you can barely understand them. So the fact that, so you're noticing the wrong word, because they're fucking newfies. and that was more of an Irish, because it's okay. I like to describe it like a stereotypical Irishman mixed with a drunken Irish, or no, a stereotypical Canadian accent mixed with a drunken Irishman, and that's the best way I have found to describe the Newfie accent. And most people can't understand a fucking word they're saying, even fellow Canadians, and like, yeah, they just fucking hell. Like, for example, if I want to, like, you know, as a greeting and, you know, want to say, hey, how are you doing, kind of thing, be like, oh, what's your boy? I can't fucking, that's like the one sentence I could say, like, with an actual, like, Newfie accent. But, yeah, like, I can't, you think they don't fucking speak English, I swear to fucking God. Another thing, interestingly enough, is using the F word a lot. Because valley people, or like even just Eastern Ontario rural areas that have that like thick stereotypical Canadian accent, they're just saying fuck all over the fucking place, man, like fuck. And every time I try to use the accent, I just end up saying fuck all over the fucking place. And people often make kind of like comment on, and again, people who aren't from Western Ottawa comment on how much I say fuck, and it's just, I don't know, it's just part of the accent, I guess. So in the description I'm going to put a link not only to that article but also to a video, so if you want to see what I'm talking about when I say valley accent, it's I'll put that there, and it's called Going Out for a Rip, which I didn't even know what that meant until my sister explained it to me, because she's like always hanging out with valley kids. So out for a rip means to hang out with your friends, kind of thing. Like, oh, you going out for a rip, are you, bud? It means to go, hey, you want to go hang out with me or whatever. It's slang that's like it's hick slang. I didn't even know that until she showed me that video, which I fucking loved, because it's like perfectly, yeah, that's fucking Canadian as hell. But yeah. So yeah, interesting things about Canadian accents, and yeah, we do have mostly one accent, but we do have two official languages and multiple accents. So, but most of us have this accent, though not as much, not as pronounced as I have it. Cool. Some people have more pronounced, but yeah, you get the idea. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.